If you haven't seen Forrest Gump, g'day everybody, my name's Mark. I've been sent this laser. It's the Aufero Laser 2. I'm going to give it a review, test it out, tell you what I think. Hopefully, you'll find it pretty interesting. The Aufero Laser 2, it is aimed at beginners. However, those beginners that want a bigger bed size. This one has a cut capacity of 390 mils by 390 mils. That is pretty good. That is pretty big for the types of things that I think I might like to do. It's basically one of Autor's other machines. However, it's the same great technology, however pitched at a entry-level laser cut machine. This machine is basically the same advanced technology as the Autor. It achieves higher engraving speeds at a higher effect. However, it is much more cost effective. With this machine, you can engrave wood, plastic, bamboo, cardboard, metal, other things, which I'm yet to research. And you can also cut those same things. 6 mil plywood, 10 mils of pine. That's pretty cool. So I'll be running the Aufero Laser 2 with a Mac. It's compatible with Mac and PC. There's plenty of software online to use for these machines and heaps of downloadable information to basically get you started. I've now got the laser in the shed. The good news, after my first couple of days and the massive learning curve of the software, how lasers work, all that sort of stuff, I've brought it out to the shed, I've plugged it in, I've followed my couple of steps that I need to do that are peculiar to this machine. I've plugged it in and it's ready to go for its first cut in the shed. I'm just going to run a fan, blow the fumes out the door. I'll throw on the safety googs, but then I'll probably just go outside, hang out with the dog while it does this first cut. It's only a couple of minutes. And then we can start playing with the software some more, doing a little bit more cooler stuff and start to show you why I think this thing is going to help me out in the shed as a tool. Okay, groovy, let's have a go. Okay, not very exciting to watch it cutting something small. For this cut, I basically just scaled down the logo. I was very happy with the detail of the actual line drawings. So I'm just making it smaller again to see how tight it can get those little words and whether this can also now cut logo discs for me and have some level of nice accuracy for my products. Check square. That's pretty neat. Experiment, this one's just MDF with like that melamine coating on it. So let me bring it in close. A little bit of burnies on the edge, but that's all about settings, I'd say. But let me show you, it looks pretty cool. At this point, I'm happy that the laser works as advertised. I can now start to play around with some other experiments. I might do some sort of graphic next, just to show the detail and some of the fun things and cool stuff you can do with the laser. If you haven't seen Forrest Gump, you're probably not going to get this. Anyway, this experiment was just to show you can grab a picture off the internet, turn it into a black and white, add some text, and away you go. That one took about half an hour to do. I've probably got the settings set a little high for this material, but again, it's all trial and error. It's a bit of fun. But as you can see, there's another option for making cool stuff. It's already sort of showing that it definitely has a DIY home use but little side hustle for making cool things for markets, small business commissions, all those little random jobs that you sometimes get hit up for. This can actually add something personal to all those little gigs. I then want to look at some templating. So can this laser help me in the shed? As a maker, we often buy other makers' plans. They'll come with a CNCing cut option or something similar. I don't have a CNC, or if you don't have a CNC, you would maybe cut out all the little parts with a bandsaw. I recently sold my bandsaw. It's out, so I'm looking at my shop as a small workspace. What can I get away with without having to have all the big stuff in the shed? I think templates will be the way to go. Cutting templates from other people's designs or things I come up with, then using my templates with a small router table to get the bits and pieces that I need, or simply cutting templates, stacking up layers and going from there. So let me go and find some that I've purchased in the past that I've not made yet and see if I can make this work for me. Okay, so focusing the laser is super simple. You get this little piece of acrylic that comes with the kit, thumb screw, lower it onto there, tighten your thumb screw, focused. That's what I like. Simple. The next template I want to do is cut out some cogs. I've bought some plans from John Hines. It's a twin screw vise and it's got a really cool cog mechanism on the front. Don't have a CNC and I don't have a bandsaw. I would not want to cut these out with a jigsaw. It would take me forever. So what I want to do is, just using 3mm ply, is cut my cogs, then just stack up the cogs the thickness that I need. I'm just going to cut one now to make sure it works, but I'm pretty confident that I'm all right with the glue. So trust me. Chuck your material on. You can just hit the frame button. It'll send the laser over and pretty much show you, are you in the middle? So when you're just cutting some random thing out, you don't actually need to know the exact coordinates. You can get into all that groovy stuff. Say if you were going to start engraving a hip flask, the back of an iPhone, that sort of stuff. But for now, we can just do a little frame. Okay, that's simple. Move it over. Quick check again. Happy days, it's in the middle. This is just a scrap piece of material, so that will do for me. I'll send it back home with my beautifully created home button. And now I'll get ready for the cut. Fan on, safety goggles, all that good stuff. That was a massive success. So in the plans for these cogs, they need to be quite thicker. Now I could cut the cogs in a thicker material, just takes more passes, or I can cut these shapes. My cogs are probably going to have something decorative on the top, so if I have layers, my cool decorative feature can be on the top, and then I can use the cheap 3mm ply on the rest of it. So that is cool. If this little cog and the possibilities don't get your brain ticking over of what a machine like this can do for you in your little backyard shed, well, I'm sorry, I can't help with that. But my brain is going into overdrive. I'm pretty excited for this one. See? Look what I can do. You've seen people's excitement when they cut something out on a CNC or automated system for the first time. That's me right now. Originally, I printed these plans and cut them on a bandsaw that I had at the time. Drilled all the holes manually, sanded, cleaned it up, and my version's a little bit rough compared to most of the jigs you'll see. However, now, if I really want to, I could reprint this whole jig. A couple of layers of 3mm ply would probably be sufficient for this particular jig. So Wobie's done all the hard work, working out all these bits and pieces. You throw the file into your computer, set it all up, cut it, you're done. It's awesome. Getting back to it as a template cutting machine. So I've now got this nice 3mm ply. I can set that up with my router table, and easily cut the rest of the pieces that I need straight off the router. 3mm ply, it's a beautiful thing. More cool things you can do, little trinkets, name tags, whatever. Again, just 3mm ply, find an image, learn some basic tools, cut. Happy days. Endless possibilities. My daughter's a bit of a K-pop fan. Now that I have done a heap of testing, cuts, burning, laserings, engraverings, it is definitely a machine for novices. It is out-of-the-box assembly. I'm going to carefully use the word plug and play, but in essence, it is. So I had a few dramas, just leaping in, not really digesting all the information, but it basically took me a couple of sessions, a few hours, a bit of YouTube, a bit of reading, playing with some settings. At the moment, I've got it to the point where it is plug and play. I bring the computer from inside with my cut ready to rock and roll. I plug it in. I do my couple of little steps that are particular to this machine with the Lightburn software, and away we go. It is pretty simple. Just a bit of a learning curve if you've not done any sort of automated stuff in your workshop. In summary, I'm very happy with what this machine can potentially do for my little woodworking backyard shed operation. I like the concept of quickly designing up templates for other things that I like to do. It is an entry-level laser. I think the big winner is going to be the 3mm plywood for things that I like to do, again, in my shop. The possibilities are literally endless. It's a cool little addition to the workshop. It is basically like a second employee. So you can set this thing up, have it working while you're doing other things, and that is pretty cool. Another big selling point for me is I don't have a CNC, I don't have a bandsaw. This has a very small footprint. I will build an enclosure for this. One, to keep the dust off it. Two, I'll come up with a system to extract fumes, etc. So that this can be working here, protected from dust, and I'm also protected from any of the nasties. But it just can be thrown on top of my bench here, and away you go. Aufero Laser 2. I hope I'm saying that right. This machine was sent to me for the review. I have a link to this machine in the description down below. That'll take you to the Autor website. You can see all their machines. However, my link, if you do choose to click on that and eventually purchase one of these, I do get a commission, just so you're aware. That's cool for me. What I do ask is, do as much research as you can on products like these. I've literally had this for 4 or 5 days. Although I'm very impressed, I can't make any comparisons to other lasers of higher dollar value. I can only tell you what I've done in the last few days. As impressive as it is, definitely take your time, read up, watch all the videos, and then if you do want to buy one, make sure you come back to my channel and sort me out. Okay, so thank you very much. Catch you later.